Good afternoon, Mrs. Atkinson.
Hi, good afternoon.
I am excited that you contacted me to come in and meet and talk about your son, Ed. I feel like it's a privilege to have him in my class, and I am really impressed that you're involved so much that you are willing to take out your time and meet with me.
Well, absolutely. You know, Ed is just a tremendous student. I know he is. He's always been so diligent and focused, and honestly, he is a voracious reader and just gobbles up information constantly. And you know, the reason that I asked you to meet with me is that I'm a little concerned that maybe Ed isn't being challenged at this point.
And so what are you getting that's giving you that feeling or that understanding?
Well, Ed is complaining that, you know, he's a little bit bored, and I noticed that his attention starts to wander, and I think that usually I have found in the past that's usually because he is just not being challenged to the limit of his abilities, and you know, I worry that some of the other students in class, I know you have a lot of students in your class, and maybe not all of them are quite at the same level that he is, so sometimes he gets, you know, kind of put to the side while you have to deal with some of the less advanced students' needs.
Well, I can assure you that I appreciate your understanding and that the class varies, but I can also assure you that he's not being certainly shunned or any less attention than any of the other students. I want to meet the needs of all the students, but let me ask you.
Yeah, I totally understand that. I'm not saying that you're being, you know, derelict in your duties or ignoring him or anything. I'm a little worried that maybe he needs a little bit higher standard than the curriculum is currently offering him.
Okay, all right. Do you have any suggestions? Do you have anything in mind when you say that?
Well, you know, as I mentioned, he is, you know, a big reader, so I haven't completely thought about it. You know, I work quite a bit. I pick up double shifts at the hospital and everything. I'm a nurse, and so I can't always be as engaged at home with him, and I rely on you as my partner in his education.
Absolutely.
So if there's anything, you know, that you might suggest that could help sort of boost maybe his reading levels or engage him further, especially in that direction, that would be great.
All right. Well, Ed is definitely, like you said, he's very bright, and he's actually reading, you know, far above his grade level.
Yeah, I know it.
Maybe the boring part, or maybe the parts that he's talking about might be with math. I notice he's not quite as good at math as he is at the reading in the ELA language subjects. So possibly, you know, that could be it. There's no telling. Do you think you'd feel comfortable with us talking with Ed and kind of finding a little bit more about when he's bored, or what he's, you know, thinking about when he says that, when he tells you that?
I mean, if you think that would be helpful, then sure. You know, I'm not sure that even Ed necessarily realizes what he's lacking or needs. Like I said, I noticed that he starts to lose a little focus, and that usually comes from being bored. So I don't know if maybe there might be something that we could think of together to help engage him a little further.
Okay, all right. Well, to be quite honest, I have not found him not engaging. He's very much in participating with the group activities. When I'm asking questions, he'll answer if I call on him. He's very attentive. I've never been a discipline problem, so it's kind of hard to address him being bored when I'm not seeing that, and
Sure.
maybe you seeing it at home, or?
Do you guys have any sort of, like, maybe advanced readers list that he's not already using, or are there any sort of tracks that we could put him on that are accelerated learning or anything like that might engage him a little better?
Absolutely, absolutely. What I'd like to do is take it slowly. I don't want to, just in case him being bored, whether he is or not. If he is bored, I want to make sure that it's not because he's maybe afraid of failing, or because he's so intelligent that maybe he does, you know, that perfectionist type of thing. but we can certainly add to his curriculum, a little bit more challenging. But if it's all right with you, I'd like to take it in small steps and kind of reunite again, so we make sure that what we put on him doesn't maybe create another problem.
Sure. No, that would be great. Yeah, if you could, if we could come up with a plan of a incremental sort of advancement there, and then I would love to stay in touch with you concerning his progress.
Okay.
That would be great.
Great. But how about 2 weeks? Would that be good?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. I can do
right.
that.
I know that you're busy. You told me that you working so much, and I appreciate you coming now.
I am.
So we'll tentatively put down for 2 weeks, and if you can't make it, if we can't get together, we'll certainly contact you. I'm going to send home things every couple of days. I'm going to keep sending home information as to what we're doing, what we're adding,
Okay.
and how he's progressing. And we'll meet again in 2 weeks and see if we need to adjust more or less. Does that sound all right?
That sounds great.
Thank you again
Yeah, I
so much.
appreciate that.
Appreciate meeting you.
All right.
Great.